Hey everyone, it's Ira, and we're on day 18 of Your Secret Message by Rhonda Byrne. Let's see what random message we have today. I hope these are serving you well. They're serving me well. They're making me much more positive. Okay, page 95, Jack Canfield. Whatever the mind can conceive, it can achieve. The secret was a real transformation for me because I grew up with a very negative father who thought that rich people were people that had ripped everyone off and thought that anyone that had money must have deceived someone. So I grew up with a lot of beliefs about money, that if you had it, it made you bad. Only evil people have money, and money doesn't grow on trees. What do you think I am, Rockefeller? That was one of his favourite phases. So I grew up truly believing that life was difficult. It was only when I met W. Clement Stone that I began to shift my life. When I was working with Stone, he said, I want you to set a goal that's so big that if you achieved it, it would blow your mind. And you would know it only because of what I've taught you, and that you would have achieved this goal. At the time, I was making about $8,000 a year. So I said, I want to make $100,000 in a year. Now, I had no idea how I could do that. I saw no strategy, no possibility, but I just said, I am going to declare it. I'm going to believe. I'm going to act as if it's true and release it. And so I did it. One of the things he taught me was every day to close your eyes and visualize the goals as if it's already achieved. I had actually made a $100,000 bill that I'd put on the ceiling. So first thing in the morning, I'd look up there and there it was, and it would remind me that this was my intention. Then I would close my eyes and visualize having this $100,000 a year lifestyle. Interestingly enough, nothing major happened for about 30 days. I didn't have any great breakthrough ideas. No one was offering me more money. About 4 weeks into it, I had a $100,000 idea. It just came right into my head. I had a book I had written, and I said, if I can sell 400,000 copies of my book at $0.25 each, that'd be $100,000. Now, the book was there, but I never had this thought. One of the secrets is that when you have an inspired thought, you have to trust it and act on it. I didn't know how I was going to sell 400,000 copies. Then I saw the National Enquirer at the supermarket. I had seen that millions of times and it was just background. And all of a sudden it jumped out at me as foreground. I thought, if readers knew about my book, certainly 400,000 people would go out and buy it. About 6 weeks later, I gave a talk at Hunter College in New York to 600 teachers, and afterward, a woman approached me and said, that was a great talk. I want to interview you. Let me give you my card. As it turns out, she was a freelance writer who sold her stories to the National Enquirer. The theme from The Twilight Zone went off in my head like, whoa, this stuff really works. That article came out and our book sales started to take off. The point I'm trying to make is that I was attracting it into my life, all these different events, including this person. To make a long story short, I did not make $100,000 that year. We made $92,327. But do you think we were depressed and saying, this doesn't work? No, we were saying, this is amazing. So my wife said to me, if it worked for 100,000, do you think it would work for 1,000,000? And I said, I don't know. I think so. Let's try. My publisher wrote me a royalty check for our first Chicken Soup for the Soul book. And he actually put a smiley face in his signature because it was the first $1 million check he'd ever written. Whoa. Now that gave me goosebumps. No joke. Thanks for watching. Until tomorrow.